Coming up. And they say, Clark, the team... can't look ahead, but the last game of the regular season, that's got to be hard.
It's really hard. It's a long, long regular season, and it's natural to feel some restlessness and anxiousness to move on to the playoffs. You got to keep it moving if you're a player.
Now the starting group for the visitors. All out there with Holiday. Then it's Rob Williams. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Durant in at the power forward position. Now here's Capella, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Capella with a screen on Holiday. Here's Irving. Capella kicks to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Murray. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
You know, that's one thing, guys, Murray's never afraid to do. Lean in, draw contact, and put the defender in the bind.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Taylor Jenkins and I shared a few minutes together. They did get a win in the last game against this team, but he told me we're facing a dynamite offense. We were lucky to get a win the last time. We need to have discipline and detail tonight and try to minimize mistakes. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, sounds like they're very concerned about preventing an early run by their opponent.
No doubt. You don't want to play catch-up if you can avoid it. They're going to lean on their defense to try to keep this game in check.
Yeah, and you know, it's a tall task. Great offense tends, in most cases, to beat great defense. They've got their work cut out for them.
Here's Murray after Drew Holiday's score. Shoots over ball. Kept alive. Lays it up off the glass.
Boy, Capella doing a nice job being physical and getting those second chance buckets to go. Coaches love that.
Ball, the pass to Middleton. Ball against Murray. Ball kicks to Middleton. Williams sets a screen for Middleton. Outside Williams. Outside. Ball. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
It's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Steven Adams comes in for Clint Capella. And Keldon Johnson subbed in for Paul George. Middleton finds ball. His three-pointers off the mark. For Boston, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
And one of Johnson's teammates recently called him country strong. And Johnson himself acknowledged he has a lot of room to get even stronger. That is scary.
Irving with it. Now guarded by Middleton. A nice shot by Irving.
Flashing to the rim with so much precision and skill. Irving, nearly impossible to contain when he spots a lane and decides to drive.
Now here's Williams. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Here's Ball. Floats one up. And he lays it up and in. And Greg along with the foul. Johnson brings great athleticism.
And that makes him a tremendous rebounder. Can switch defensively. It's within the realm of possibility that he becomes an all-star someday.
The shot's good from Irving.
Flashing those crazy handles. I mean, major rush hour handles. So fun watching Irving handle the ball the way he does.
Now, here's Ball. His last outing, 16 points for him. Doesn't go for him. Now Boston takes it the other way.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do. Much easier said than done, but they're capable of making it happen. It just comes down, I think, to will and desire.
Outside Williams. Middleton on the wing. He's guarded by Johnson.
2 minutes remaining.
Middleton dishes to Williams. 4 on the clock. Tries it from 19. Rebound Boston.
you can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Moving against Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Boy, it's great seeing Ball finish with strength like that, showing off the athleticism with that rim-rocking throwdown.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston.
Well, in that one, you could pretty much see the writing on the wall. Their performance was lackluster at best.
Yeah, they looked distracted, far off, distant. I mean, it seemed like their heart wasn't in it to try to win that game.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. Nice ball movement by Boston. Back to Capella on the wing. Johnson. Capella, the pass to Brunson. Capella with a screen on Rose. Back to Capella. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Nice recognition that time from Capella. Aggressively rolling to the bucket after setting the screen.
Rose with the ball. And guarded by Capella. Sabonis, no good. Boston leading by 4. Brunson kicks to George. Capella with a screen on Anunoby. And the call will be against Sabonis. That's his first foul.
That was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Here's Brunson. Here's Johnson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggression.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for Boston. 6-point game. From deep, George, good on the triple.
With a few 40% seasons from deep, George has become one of the top 3-point shooters in the game.
Door to screen on Brunson. Here's Anthony. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Boston leads by 7. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And one of the game's elite closers, Kyrie Irving, describes his approach down the stretch.
For me, I just try to feel out the game.
And, you know, Greg, that's reminiscent of quotes we used to hear from Kobe Bryant, how certain moves and possessions set up defenders for the next time.
Well, Kyrie definitely has that Mamba mentality. Kobe was a big influence on him, as we all know.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Boston.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. We've got Ball. Rob Williams is out there with Durant. Then it's Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Team foul.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Middleton looking it over. Shot clock at 6. Lets the 3 fly. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
George's all-around game is very impressive. His passing has really grown. He's able to whip passes over to open teammates right on time and on target now.
And we all know what George brings offensively, but it's his ability as a defender that stands out. Great instincts to make plays on that end of the floor.
Here's Murray following the basket by Chris Middleton. Right side, George. And Durant sends it back.
KD's defense has really taken a huge step forward. I mean, excellent at blocking shots now, and he's a better help defender. Man, he's putting that reach to good use on the defensive end.
And with Paul George and his defense, Greg, you almost forget how great of an impact it makes.
He just kind of flies under the radar with his defensive play. I mean, this guy could be considered for the Defensive Player of the Year almost every year. One of the more disruptive forces on that end of the floor.
Now here's Murray after the miss from KD. And the dunk by Capella.
He's a high percentage scorer for a reason now. Capella, an alley-oop specialist.
Away team.
All right, fans, get on your feet and make some noise for T-shirt time! Get ready for the Dip Squad!
Johnson, he's checked in for Boston. Johnson comes in for George. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Chris Middleton.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Now here's Durant. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Now Johnson, following the miss by LaMelo Ball from deep. Knocked away. Irving with a clean look. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Irving's got 5 points now this quarter.
The team does a nice job supporting what Kyrie Irving does. I mean, they've got total trust in his ability, so I think they work a lot harder to set him up.
And, Greg, you made your money on the defensive end. What was the toughest kind of player to defend? A one-on-one guy or a constant movement type of player?
I've always will say that it's harder to guard movement. You know, as a defender, you drill a lot about guarding the basketball. But when a guy is great without it, man, that is the hardest job you can have defensively.
Now here is Holiday. Following the miss by DeJounte Murray. And the slam by Williams.
I tell you what, he clearly is one of the best players in the league who does not get the same kind of gas that other guys do. But there's no better all-around guard in the NBA than Drew Holiday.
2 minutes remaining.
Now here's Murray.
2 minutes.
5 points in the game. Williams with the block. Holiday against Murray. Durant dishes the ball. KD looking around. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Durant's got 7 points.
KD's aggressive streak coming out on that play. He can mix it up with the big guys when he needs to.
So both teams changing it up here. Let's take this chance to look at the teams that have been the league's most efficient passers this past month.
And you can see the communication for both of these teams has been improving. Everybody seems to be on the same page, and that explains those great assist totals.
Brunson. Boston, no good that time either. Gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Anthony sets the pick for Rose. To the middle. That one's in there. The Boston lead has cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Anthony.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so George will bring it up for Boston. At one point, they led by 16. Adams, the pass to George. Adams with the screen on Anunoby. And George, here we go. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Really difficult to contain Paul George in these pick-and-roll sets because of his speed. I mean, that's one element that gives him a great advantage. He's really good at making decisions in tight spaces and in these pick-and-roll situations.
Now, here's George. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Boston leading by 9. Brunson scanning the floor. There's 14 seconds left here in the second. Ball sets a screen for Brunson. Pass to Davis. Clock is at 3. Over Anthony. And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got his first points in this one.
You know, with his ability to stretch the floor, Davis really adds another dimension to his team's offense.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Boston on top. They lead by 11. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys.
All right, David, thank you.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for Boston.
They're getting into the lane whenever they want, getting some high percentage looks. I don't see the coaching staff switching up too much. Keep it simple.
And now, as the season winds, thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Anthony Davis is out there with Paul George. Then there's Irving. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Ball in at point. That's the Boston 5. Now, here's George. He's got 7. Lets it go with the 3. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And that one, good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now, here is Irving. 11 points in the game.
A main staple in Williams' game, that 6th sense for when to rise up and deter those shots.
Here's Ball. They trail by 9 points. Back to KD. The shot, no good. And it's Boston the other way. Clark as good a scorer as ever. Durant just needs to stay healthy, right? Just to break all kinds of records.
I agree with that, Kevin. He is as lethal a scorer as we've seen. I mean, when you just talk about putting the ball in the basket, he's in the top 10 all time for my money.
Here's Middleton following the basket by Anthony Davis. Now here's Middleton. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Good evening, Kevin. Now, the NBA does get high marks for its diversity, but there is some frustration on that front. Look at head coaches and front office positions. All-star Karl Anthony Towns said, men of color deserve a chance to lead a team, run an organization, and make their mark. Not just with a jersey on, but with a suit on. Guys?
Thank you, David.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now, here's Durant. He's got a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. George looking over the floor. Off on the layup.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Durant.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
The loudest and craziest fans get a free t-shirt. Let's hear it, fans. Get ready for the Death Squad.
Some changes for Boston. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Johnson comes in for George. And Murray subbed in for Ball. Murray outside. Here's Adams. Williams with the block. Outside, Ball. Passes it to Middleton. Williams, a screen on Johnson. Here's Middleton. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Middleton's got his third bucket of the night.
Nice handles by Middleton. Actually, really impressive handle. Put on the show with that dribbling exhibition.
Pass to Adams. Poked away. And here's the fast break. Here's Middleton. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 5 assists in the game. Davis with a screen on Holiday. Irving passes to Davis. Middleton outside. Back to KD. Ball surveying the defense. Durant against Irving. 4 on the shot clock. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Durant.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
Now here's Irving. 11 points in the game. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Here's Durant. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got his 5th rebound in this one. They need this one. Williams with the block. Steps back. Williams a screen on Murray. To the paint. Williams kicks to KD. And Davis sends it back.
Davis's anticipation and timing. So good at the defensive end. This guy is a shot blocking machine.
Now here's Davis. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Holiday against Irving. Johnson from outside. The rebound by Middleton. Gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Ball against Murray. And there's the pass to KD. Yes, that goes in. 14 points for Kevin Durant.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
You know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Davis kicks to Irving. Davis setting the pick for Irving. Boston needs to get off a shot. Johnson, not enough on that one as it misses.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
We're at the end of the 3rd, and we've still got a close one. Boston leads by 2. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break.
Get ready for the Death Squad.
In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. We've got Anthony Holiday out there with Rose. Then it's Chris Middleton and Sabonis in at the 5.
Well, I tell you, it doesn't matter what the defense tries to do against Anthony Davis. When he puts it on the floor like that, he's determined to score.
Now here is Holiday. That ball's nice feed that time from Sabonis.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
George against Middleton. And then George with the jam.
And you know what? For me, these don't show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Sabonis kicks to Holiday. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
Boston ball. Substitution for the away team. OG Anunoby. Lucas Dort.
And it's Davis with the ball for Boston. At one point, they led by 16. Back to Irving. Davis with a screen on Dort. Here's Irving. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Middleton. Sabonis sets the pick for Middleton. Shot clock at 5. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Yeah, the first half was 1 to deep 6 or forget. But in the second half, he's looked a lot better.
Here's Irving. He can't get that one. Nice D from Sabonis. Dort passes to Holiday. Back to Dort. And the layup's good off the glass. Now just a 2-point Boston lead.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now.
Some changes for Boston. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Adams. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Ball. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, well, Mike Malone talked to his team during that last time out. He knows this has been a hard-fought game. He wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here is Durant. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
I find it really interesting to talk to KD about his origins. He says every memory he had growing up involved basketball. Skip prom and stuff like that. He was just focused on the game.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And Durant grew up in a tough environment. We all know that. Basketball, Greg, was the only way out.
As it has been for so many NBA players, you feel bad for guys with great talent who get derailed along the way. It takes so much hard work and discipline and luck just to have a chance at making it.
Here's Ball. Paul George making his last shot. Durant dishes to Williams. The kick out to Ball. Williams, a screen on Irving. Here's Ball. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
Well, I tell you what separates Ball from a lot of players his age is that his footwork is advanced. He's got almost a PhD in footwork.
Now here's Murray. The 3 from George. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists now in this one. Gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Ball the pass to KD. And Boston with the rebound. Capella's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Durant against Capella. Good work there as it goes.
Not a whole lot the defense can do there. I mean, Holiday just staying within himself, under control, despite the aggressive coverage.
On the wing, Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
Deflects the pass and stolen by Kyrie Irving. Loads it up for Davis. An emphatic LU jam.
There's no stopping that. AD is too long and strong to bother that alley-oop.
Gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Outside, KD. He takes it in. Good work defensively by Capella. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Back to Irving. Just 5 to shoot. Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
It doesn't look good, even with a quick bucket here.
For 3, Durant. It counts. And now they trail by just 4.
Durant's ability to score in a lot of different ways is huge, and he makes it look easy.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And that's an intentional foul.
LaMelo Ball. First personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Boston, DeJounte Murray.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
You know, you look at the potential Murray has, and it's exciting, quite honestly. He's a lead guard. He plays the point, but he's more of a scorer than a distributor at this point.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
And so the timeout by Taylor Jenkins here.
Get ready for the Dip Squad.
Holiday against Irving. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Anytime they want, 24/7, give the ball to Holiday and just let him make a play.
Drew Holiday at the line for 2.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 5. Both free throws good from Drew Holiday.
You know, in the case of Drew Holiday, having 2 brothers in the league, I think probably is added motivation for him to excel.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
Durant got it.
What a unique combination of height, athleticism, and ball skills. Durant can make some unbelievable finishes because of it.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Team foul. Shooting for Boston.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
At the line for 2.
That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Ball finds Holiday. And the 3 off target. And now we've got the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul somewhat different.
They didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
So we see Boston get the win here. They didn't make it easy on themselves. All right, David, thank you. That's it, folks. The NBA regulars.